DNA Video Productions is a full-service video producer with a fleet of drones, 4K, and HD cameras, as well as a crew of video operators. We handle commercial and residential real estate videos, as well as events for promotional purposes. We create book trailers, both live-action and running stills, music videos, and website videos. We also film series shorts for online distribution and are currently involved in filming a political parody. We specialize in low-cost movie making. Call DNA Video Productions at 941-748-6865 or visit our website at www.dnavideoproductions.com. That's www.dnavideoproductions.com. Thank you. Our sponsor this month is Published, an affiliate of Village Voices. Published offers all author services from writing tips, critiques, manuscript evaluations, and editing, as well as tips to help you become published. If you prefer to self-publish, purchase the step-by-step book on publishing through Amazon, or purchase services a la carte, from formatting to creating custom covers, or even tips to gather endorsements. The staff is headed by 2 professional writers. After your books are published, either trade paper, electronically, or both, purchase marketing tips, web services, book trailers, or turn your book into an audiobook. Publish provides all your writing, publishing, and marketing needs. So give them a call at 941-748-6865. Contact them online at dgould497@aol.com or go to the website at www.publishedavillagevoices.webs.com. Good afternoon. Welcome to Culture Coast. The intro you just heard was by Al Musitano, and today we are interviewing actor James Hyde. He is currently starring in The Phantom at Manatee Players. Hi, James. Nice to have you on Culture Coast.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your background, because Culture Coast is all about finding your passion. How long have you been acting or known that you wanted to be an actor?
Well, I was always quite an eccentric little kid, always singing in front of my parents' friends and always trying to perform in any way possible. I found my way into music through singing, but then kind of went more towards a music direction. I started playing instruments when I was 8 years old. I started playing picked up the bass guitar and I started playing rock bands for a while. And
so garage band in high school?
Semi successful in some senses. We were managed by Brian Johnson of AC/DC, and his wife. We got to play with Motley Crue. We got to open up for Casey and the Sunshine Band. We got to do all sorts of things that young 13, 14, 15, all the way through. I guess I played in those bands up until I was about 17, 18.
When you finished high school?
Yeah, and then But yeah, we were given way too many opportunities to grow up way too fast.
But you survived them.
I survived. Yes, absolutely.
Without turning to all the bad things that tend to veer them off the right path.
No, of course. And I still dabble around in that as well. I just like to keep the balance between. I've got quite a vast, grouping of genres and different kinds of music that I really enjoy. I love everything from heavy metal to opera to musical theater, and I feel like it's really helped build me as a musician and as an artist to.
And you're used to performing in front of people, even if it's only on a musical instrument.
Of course,
that was a great way to come into it without being shy.
Absolutely. When I was in high school, I was always in choir. That's something that no matter what I was doing, when I was in school, I went to Pineview when I was went to Pineview when I was in 4th grade. And
what is Pineview?
Pineview, it's down in Osprey.
All right. So how long have you lived here? Because your accent's still very strong.
I like to say transatlantic. It's like somewhere in between, I guess.
So you go back and forth between?
No, I don't go back and forth in between. It's just
You had it and you just never got rid of it.
I had it. I never got rid of it. I didn't want to get rid of it.
Okay.
I think sometimes young kids are very influenced by accents and by I would imagine some kids when they moved over here when they were 6, 7, 8 years old come over here and they hear American accents and they think it's really cool and they want to try and emulate it. But I've always had I suppose a lot.
All the other kids thought your accent was really cool, so you kept it.
I wanted it, and it's not. It was never forced or anything like that. My whole family's English. I have one half brother who's actually in the show with me, who is the first American-born Hyde.
And he has an English accent?
No, he doesn't. He speaks Polish, and
All right, I'm going to have to laugh at that. Why does he speak Polish?
My step mother is she's Polish. She's from Poland, so he's a half brother, but he's in the show with me, and he looks a lot like me. So he's playing the young Phantom.
Oh, okay, that's
pretty cool.
That's cute. So how old is he?
He's 8.
He's 8, and he's in the show too.
He's in the show as well.
That's very interesting, and I understand a father figure is also in the show. It's not your real father, though.
No.
Okay, so just wondered since you.
But there is a father figure in the show.
Yes. So, how did it come about that you are in this show at Manatee? Have you been with the Players long?
This is my second show here. I did one of the first shows at this new theater. I did Les Miserables.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which was amazing. I got to play Marius in that.
So that's a good part.
Great part, and
a lot of opportunity to sing.
That was right out of high school. I just graduated Sarasota High School, and we had actually just done Les Miserables as well. That was our senior show, and I played Jean Valjean in high school, and then I got to come here and
play a different part.
And it was awesome. I love that show.
And that was on the main stage, right?
On the main stage,
the big theater here.
It was a hit. It was, showing up to that audition. I haven't been to a Manatee audition since that was like that because I was out the door. I was actually it was a line out the door to audition for Les Mis.
Wow.
It was an amazing, amazing experience. It was very, very intimidating, and I haven't seen anything quite like it.
So it
since
really
then,
was. Everybody wanted to be in that.
Everybody wanted to be in that. It was very intimidating, but especially being right out of high school. But I found my passion for theater in high schow. Like I was saying earlier, I did choir, and I had a couple of choir friends in high school at Sarasota High, and they said they were really into drama, and I had hair past my shoulders, and I had big old plugs in my ears, big old holes in my ears. I was really into that at the time, but they were doing Beauty and the Beast, and I was a sophomore in high school, and they said, you'd be good. You got a good voice, James. You should express it differently. You should come audition for the musical, and I did. And then I played Lumiere, the Candlestick, and did Be Our Guest, and I had a lot of fun. And ever since then, I had absolutely fallen in love with it. And
you found that the combination was something you enjoyed.
It absolutely became a passion for me. It was right up there with because it was music and it was acting and with my personality and
performing
and everything.
Becoming somebody else
and everything like that always interests me. And
now, when you are on stage, if the part says comes out as you have to be American voice. Can you do American when you
Absolutely.
want to?
I did the last show I did was Catch Me If You Can, Frank Abagnale Jr. story.
Right.
So I had my my New York accent. I've done West Side Story, so I had to do a American accent for that one as well. I played Tony in that one. So
you're good with all the different dialects and accents.
Absolutely.
And everything. So that's really neat. I have such a I love people that can do that.
I think it's easier for someone with an English accent to do an American accent than it is for an American accent to do an English accent.
Really? Because I know
so.
a lot of people that try that do the English and the Aussie. They like doing the Aussie too.
The Aussie.
Switching it over. Shirley. It's a Shirley. I'm like, what? But yeah, their accents are a lot of fun. So you've been in 2 plays here. And are you interested at all in going toward movies, or are you interested in just the stage?
No, I am. I personally think that the stage is definitely the place where you get your chops, though. Like, it is so demanding in comparison to anything that, can be filmed and can be redone because you have to get it right.
Yeah, you can't get it wrong.
You can't get it wrong.
Caught.
Live theater, if you are an actor, I feel is a great place to get your chops.
Understood.
A lot of people from film, they don't translate very well to theater.
Because they're used to just having that little part, and then they go back to their
no, and then they go back to the trailer, and that's all well, and I'm sure that there are just as many stressors and things that go on being a movie actor.
Memorizing all your lines, is that difficult?
I find that a hard question to answer, because I was just explaining this to someone yesterday, but I almost feel like as though I have somewhat of a photographic memory. So, because when I think about lines, I don't think about what the words are. I think about the way they look on the page.
Really?
Which is interesting, because if I'm up there and I'm thinking about the next line, I'm actually thinking about not what the words were, but how they appear on the page.
They're just appearing to you.
They just appeared on the page, and what I do is if I have a dialogue, say, between me and another person, I record their lines, and I leave little gaps in between, and I'll, look over the paper for as long as I need to, and then I'll keep looking at it, keep studying the paper.
I always wondered how good actors do that, because I can't even remember the words to a song half the time, and here they are up there for an hour, 2 hours, an hour and a half, and they know all their lines, and it's like, I get it if you're doing it over and over and over and over, but the first two or three times, you have to have that all memorized.
Yeah.
That's
you have to familiarize yourself with it.
And you have to become the character.
Well, first I always feel like you have to familiarize yourself with the script before even trying to memorize it, because I feel like if you just get a script and memorize it, you're gonna get yourself into some habits, and you don't want to.
And it won't be.
You want to study it. You want to study the dialect. You want to study the incentive behind every scene, and you want to study inflections on all the different situations.
And the others.
And so for me, I study it during rehearsal periods.
Think acting is an easy job.
It's not.
It's not. It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but if you love it, it's not. It doesn't feel like work.
But that's if you have this talent, inner talent, then it's a combination. You have to learn your craft, but you also have to have that love, that natural talent to become somebody else. When you do the Phantom, do you actually feel like you are the Phantom?
Absolutely.
So you are the Phantom.
Well, and that can be kind of scary, because during a rehearsal process, I feel like it is like I'm a very technical actor, and I always have been, in the sense that I'm really analyzing the script, and I'm thinking about these emotions artificially at the time. But then when it comes to opening night, when it comes to when there's an audience on the stage, all of a sudden I become a method actor. Because
if you got a wrong line from somebody, you could still keep going where
I
could
absolutely, because at that point the technicalities of the role, I've studied it so much that I feel like once, and I feel like every kind of actor has to you can't be one or the other. You have to pull from both. Because
have you taken acting classes?
Have I taken acting classes? Here and there. I went to college and studied. I was a vocal performance major, so I really spent a lot of time studying more on my voice than I did on my acting chops. But
you had.
I've always,
okay, in high school you learned that you liked acting. Did you act while you were in college? And where did you go to college? Was it
State College of Florida?
Oh, cool. Yeah. They have some plays that they put on.
We did Music Man, and we did West Side Story, and
so they stuck to they kind of did musicals. Now, do they have a group that doesn't do the musicals, or
yes,
it was everything? Okay.
They do acting as well.
So you were into the musical side, not into the straight side.
Yes, but I don't know where the because I really have focused so much on my singing that I almost feel like I've learned a lot about acting through my singing though, because you can't sell a song without acting it.
Okay. I've seen some singers, they drive me crazy. They just stand there in front of the mic and sing, and it's like, okay.
No,
Get into it. Show me that you feel these words. And I think that makes a better performance.
And
see that they're feeling it.
I have some mixed feelings about actors and acting classes, and in some senses I feel like an acting class is good when you need a new perspective on how to open up to an audience and how to give out these emotions in a way that doesn't seem melodramatic, or it doesn't seem over the top, or it just seems real.
You don't want to be a ham.
You don't want to be a ham, but I've always felt like acting is really just about being real and true to the character, and just it is honestly one of the only true and honest forms of entertainment that are still out there. It's one the theater is the one place that you're going to get the truth every time. Because you sit down in the seat in the theater, and you exposed to whatever show you may be sitting down to see, and you feel and you connect, and you get in tune with all these real human emotions, and you are moved by this story that you can relate to, and it's true to you, and it just whether it's about a monster who lives down in the catacombs of an opera house who doesn't seem that real, but still, no matter.
I know. I understand what you're saying. The
emotions
emotions of what this person would go through is what you're picking up on. Not, that would never happen. It's about becoming involved in that life.
And I think it's a huge misconception for people to think that in order to put on a good acting performance, you have to be this, really, really well trained, really with really great credentials and all that. Because I feel like if you can put yourself in a situation and you can feel those emotions, and if you can really deliver that, regardless if you've had an acting class or not, if you can be in the moment and you can live and you can make people see that you are.
I don't think a lot of experience and is all that important, because I think of one of the actors that I thought should have gotten Best Actor for the year, and he didn't even get nominated. The young actor in The Sixth Sense. He was very young, but then he was in a movie where he was a.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He actually became a live boy from being a robot, and in that scene when I watched his face,
artificial intelligence.
Yes, when he changed in the movie, it was incredible that he actually, I could physically see him go from robot to real boy.
Amazing movie too.
I was just stunned by his ability, and I couldn't believe he didn't get Best Actor for the year for that.
So how do you expect
a child
to have good acting chops? Like, how do you expect
but he was
an 8, 9, 10-year-old kid to have gone to,
Obviously, he's not experienced.
Obviously, he hasn't gone to the Manhattan School of Acting,
I think that's maybe why they didn't even nominate him. But I thought that was the best scene I have ever seen.
He didn't know any better.
It was incredible.
And that's exactly that's a perfect example of acting and real true acting, because you see real people who have never stepped on a stage in their entire life in your everyday life. You're walking on the streets. You're talking to your friends. You're talking to your family. You're interacting with the world, and you see all these amazing acting moments right in front of you every single day.
So it all just incorporates and becomes who you are.
Absolutely.
So this is how you got to the point where you were. So even though you didn't take acting, your voice is great because you've taken voice and you've been in these bands and you know how to use your voice for projecting and all that. Now, where do you see that taking you 5 years from now or 10 years from now?
I'm hoping with whatever I picked up along the way, there will be somewhere for me to, continue to...
What are you doing for a day job now?
Right now I'm singing with a church and working with my dad a little bit here and there.
So
family business.
You're still looking for the pain.
Yeah, I just moved back from New York City actually.
Oh,
so,
okay. What were you doing up there?
I was, getting my life started. It's just, it was amazing.
Well, off Broadway,
I just had a hard time, with trying to make money and just stay just to live in New York and to.
It's very expensive.
I was actually living in New Jersey. I was living in Weehawken. Just to be there, I have to work 5-6 days a week, and I can't even. At that point, I can't even do what I love anymore, and I just.
Right.
I can live a little bit. Quieter down here, but
it's quieter, but you're still getting to do what you love to do.
Still getting to do what I love. There's an amazing arts community here in Sarasota, and
It is, and there's so many outlets. I mean, you've got so many theaters, and most of them pay, but you're getting your chops by having starring roles.
That's something that I've kind of battled with. I've been paid for a lot of the stuff I've done. A good majority of the stuff I've done I've been paid for. And so I've had to make some sacrifices.
But here, you're not getting paid, but you are getting starring roles, which brings your portfolio far up the ladder.
And I just really wanted to do the show. I've done a couple seasons ago. I did the Merry Widow at the historic Oslo, and I did some stuff up at the St. Pete Opera. I was doing some stuff. And, I was singing with Gloria Musici, and we were doing things with Van Wezel. I would get to, do stuff with Christiane Knoll. And
anything at Florida Studio Theater?
Nothing at Florida Studio Theater.
They don't do a lot of musicals, do they?
No.
More
I honestly don't know much about Florida Studio Theater, which is my bad.
No, you're busy.
It's okay.
You're busy. It's just it'll get there one of these days.
Yeah, I'll get around there. I'm just trying to stay. I'm just trying to stay as busy as possible.
So, do you have a Facebook page for acting? Do you have something set
I
up
don't.
so that you can get the word out?
I don't, but I have a New York agent.
Okay.
So
when he finds something up there for you, he will call and
yes,
know.
it's Encompass Arts. So we're still affiliated. But
are there agents down here, or are they just up in New York and LA?
The good ones are up in New York and LA.
Yeah, so because they're where the
but they can still get
they
can still get you jobs here, and it's all a national network of even if it's auditioning in New York City, it still might be performing in Florida somewhere or on a cruise ship
now,
somewhere.
As far as stage actors go, you have a different guild than screen actors, correct?
Yes, it's Equity.
Equity actors,
yes.
Okay, guild. And do you belong to that?
No.
Not yet?
I wouldn't be performing here if I did.
Oh, they're not allowed to perform for free?
No, not without a guest equity contract.
Okay. So sooner or later you'll be there, but for right now, not yet.
There's just no point right now.
Until you're up there. So what are
I'm trying to get exposure, and that's really the most important.
You're building
thing
your
right
portfolio
now. It's really the
right
most
now.
important thing right now.
So,
and it's good to be able to build the street cred, and have that artistry, and have people behind you, because even if you feel like a big fish in a small pond, or if you have these people behind you, so not to say that the world owes you or anything, or something's going to happen for you, but it's good to have that support in an industry like this.
So if you had a choice, somebody comes up and offers you a part in their band, and they're going to be touring the country like you used to do the opening acts and stuff. Would you go that direction and put the acting aside for a while, or which do you love more, the music or the acting, or does it have to be both?
I love them both differently and both unconditionally. They're like children to me.
So you're trying to keep them combined.
Yeah, because they're both seasonal jobs.
Are they different seasons?
It can be whatever season you want it to be.
Okay, and around the world.
It can be whatever season you want it to be, because no matter what, there's some place for that. You know, say I wanted to tour with a band for a little bit, and say I wanted to record an album for a little bit. It doesn't take up, the whole time. If I wanted to take 3-4 months or even a year to do a show, it wouldn't. I just don't know what the world has to,
So you're leaving your options open.
I'm leaving my options open.
You love them both, and you're hoping to combine
I'm only
them.
21.
You are very young.
Yeah.
But it's good that you're already as focused as you are.
Yeah.
So you're up and running, and you're hoping for a really great life, and you're going to stay away from all the bad things because you've already overcome a lot of those in your teen years.
Absolutely.
And managed to stay away from them. And I wish you the best of luck, and I thank you for being on Culture Coast.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Okay, take care.
Nightmares. Frightful visions during the night, causing terror and loss of sleep. Daymares. Frightful visions during the day, causing fear and paranoia. Gothmares. Gothic visions that can happen anytime, causing horror and disgust. But sometimes they offer answers. Read Gothmares if you dare. Gothmares, a young adult novel by Al Musitano, available on Amazon and fine bookstores everywhere.
Village of the Arts, the largest artist colony in the state of Florida, located on 42 acres, includes artists, homes, galleries, gardens, and restaurants featuring handcrafted gifts, fine art sculptures, painting, photography, enviro art, healing arts, books, mystics, and musical variety. A few of the galleries are unique in their offerings. Village Voices specializes in books and art created exclusively by Florida residents. The Dancing Crane Gallery offers fine art, custom jewelry, and unique, innovative art. The Village Mystic offers all things metaphysical: meditation, massage, mediums, aromatherapy, psychics, shamans, Reiki healing, and the gem mine, where you can mine for your own personal treasure. Yoga Arts offers classes or one-on-one coaching. Musicians and bands can be found throughout the area. Many of the artists and musicians offer classes. Restaurants and bakeries provide respite for the weary and magic for the foodies. Visit during the first Friday Art Walk and stroll through the shops and galleries enjoying free appetizers, wine, music, and demonstrations. For hours and information, please visit the website at www.villageofthearts.com.